This is a game trail, Mr. Ludlow. Carnivores hunt on game trail.
Hey, Hammond's coming online.
Hello there!
So people think that robots are the future.
This is a game trail.
Thinking machine supercomputers and virtual reality displays.
This is a game we call hide and seek. It's a scent drill. We've done it about 1,000 times with these animals.
This is a game trail.
Wait to engage.
Look at these creatures. They've got millions of years of instinct in their cells. Instinct that we can program.
Herd the animal into a kill zone. That's when we take our shot. Get a clear shot, wait on my command, and give her everything you got.
I hate computers. This new program's incredible.
Violence and technology, not good bedfellows.
This is a game trail.
Hey Jurassic fans, and welcome to The Game Trail, the Jurassic Park podcast segment where we cover all things Jurassic gaming. I'm Aaron Beyer, and today I'm joined by Brad for another exciting segment of Chaos in Jurassic Park with Tiger's Electronics 2XL. Brad, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. No complaints.
You got any Halloween plans coming up here?
Yeah, Halloween is fast approaching. Not really. I mean, the apartment complex we live in, last year we didn't have too many trick-or-treaters, so we do have a lot of extra kids this year, so maybe they'll take them around, but they're really young, so I don't know. Do you take babies out trick-or-treating? I'm not sure.
That's what I'm going through right now, actually. It's like, do we take Lincoln out and with maybe our nephew or something like that? So that's what I think we're going to do. So I think you do take babies, I guess. Well, at least I am. I don't know.
Maybe.
I've got a costume that I got the Velociraptor blue blow up costume. Like the T-Rex that was all the craze last year.
Yeah.
I got the Velociraptor blue, so I'm like, I kind of want to walk around in this thing. So I might be doing that.
I think what we might do is pass out some candy, and then, this being the game trail, it's pretty fitting, but my wife and I are actually going to play, Mario just came out for the Switch.
Yep. And
Assassin's Creed Origins just came out on the PS4. So, I think we're going to try to play, not both at the same exact time, but I think we're going to, just kind of have a day of gaming or whatever.
Okay.
Or, an evening of gaming. So that should be kind of fun.
Thrilling Halloween plans.
I know, right?
Sticking
the
with
dream.
the theme. So, I don't know. Why don't you describe 2XL for people who haven't heard it before?
All right. So 2XL in the 90s was a talking robot that would, he had a bunch of different cassette tapes, and he would ask you different questions, and there were science questions and sports questions and pop culture questions. And then kind of near the end of the initial run, they started doing make your own, choose your own adventure stories where you would choose different options. And there was Batman ones, there was Superman, there was X-Men, and then they also had a Jurassic Park one. And so what's really cool about this is that I would say there's probably maybe a dozen different storylines that you can follow, and they kind of interweave, and each time you play through you get a different story. So we've done it a few times here on the podcast. Other listeners who haven't heard those should definitely check those out. But we thought it'd be kind of fun to do it today.
Awesome.
It's been weird. Leading up to this recording, I've noticed some weird things with 2XL. Usually I keep them up on my shelf with some of my Jurassic collectibles, and I've got an ET Furby that sits up there with him. But he's just been I walked in the other day and he was on the floor, and I got really worried because I was afraid that he had broken because he's old. He's from the 90s. So I just put him back up on the shelf and didn't think much of it. And then the next day I walked in and he was back on the ground, and I'm like, well, that's kind of freaking weird. But then so I just put him back up on the shelf. I was kind of thought maybe my neighbors were running up the stairs kind of a bit much or something, and so maybe they just knocked him off or whatever.
Oh god.
But last night, I got up in the middle of the night and I just saw this red glow, and he was just on, and his eyes they just flash red, and it was really eerie, super, super weird.
Dude.
So I went over and I hit the stop button and just put him away, and it was super weird. I can't really explain it.
Dude, I can't. My eyes are tearing up. That freaked me out. Oh my god! If I saw that, I don't know. I probably would have sprinted back into the bedroom, pulled the covers over my face. That's terrifying. That is.
Yeah, it's absolutely terrifying.
I can't. How are you okay right now?
I don't know.
You know, that I guess like it's kind of happened here too. I have this shelf of all my dinosaurs and stuff like that, and I've come down here because I'll come down to record, and then every now and then I like see a dinosaur on the ground, and like you said, I think nothing of it. I just put it back up, and then sometimes they're back on the ground again, but I don't know. I end up like sprinting across my basement after I'm done, and I'm like, nothing get me, please. I'm dark and creepy basement, whatever.
I'm almost wondering if like the initial fall from when my neighbors knocked it on the ground, I'm wondering if like something broke and now it just kind of is like a little glitchy or whatever. I mean, it's an old toy. We're talking from the 90s, so who knows? Maybe it's just kind of busted now and glitchy, but as long as it still plays the tape, I think we're good.
Well, yeah. Now that you freaked me out completely. Hey, dude, you're breaking up a little bit. I didn't catch that last part. Could you say that again?
Oh, here. Hopefully this sounds better. Why don't we push forward and see what we can get from the 2XL today? There's still a few great routes that we can take. There's one that I absolutely love. I'm hoping that we hit it, so let's see if we can. All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm good.
Hello, I am 2XL, everybody's favorite storytelling robot. But you already probably know that. I was just reviewing a very interesting part of the world's history. The period when dinosaurs ruled the earth. Before robots were invented. Did you ever wonder what it would be like to meet a real live dinosaur? I've heard of a man who is so interested that he created his own dinosaurs, as well as a place for them to live. A place called Jurassic Park. During this story, you will be asked to make certain choices from time to time. As usual, please follow all of the instructions. Only press the buttons you are told to press, and only after you hear the word now. So get ready for excitement and adventure as you take a trip through Jurassic Park. But first, you need to tell me, where would you like to begin this story? You'll need to either press 2 for Costa Rica, or 3 for the dark and Barren.
Well, that's weird. It's never done this before. Hey, dude, I'm really sorry.
No worries. I mean, that was pretty strange, to be honest, and especially after the stories you just told me. But yeah, I don't know. I might be wrong, but it kind of sounded like it was saying Aaron. Did you catch that? Or
it is a little weird, but I don't know. I mean, we've met some new characters on the tape before. I don't know if this is a new one that just happens to have my name. That'd be kind of cool. But I hope everything's okay. Let's try this again.
All right.
For the dark and barren forest, press 2 or 3 now.
3. Let's go Barren Forest. Oh, well, I guess that was probably what it said. Barren, Aaron, kind of sounds similar, right?
The tour vehicle slowly moved along the track through the forest on Isla Nublar. John Hammond's island contained a little-known route to most of the park employees. The current tour contained several new guests, seeing the park for the first time. Robert Muldoon, the park's game warden, accompanied them on a tour and was perplexed by the direction the tour was headed.
What is this? Where are we? I told Ray Arnold to showcase the guest route, not the alternate route.
It looks like the yellow brick road doesn't actually, lead to Oz.
Quiet, you! We're being hunted. Off in the distance, something dark, something dangerous.
Off in the distance, a ghostly figure danced between the trees, avoiding the sight lines of the vehicle.
What is it, Clem? Can you see what it is?
Quim couldn't see past the brush outside the window enough to see whatever was approaching the vehicle. In the second vehicle, the group noticed a black shadow moving rapidly towards the first car, ramming it and flipping it over in an instant. The windows shattered. The roof collapsed. From the second vehicle, paleontologist Dr. Alan Grant noticed someone getting pulled from the vehicle into the barren forest.
What is that? That shadow, it's got a hold on someone.
It was Ed Regis, InGen's public relations manager.
Ah! No! No! Ah! Please,
I think that was Ed Regis.
We think you're right. Wait, look. Just close your eyes.
We need to go help that vehicle and make sure everyone's okay. Muldoon, call the command center and get help.
To see what happened to Ed Regis up close, press 1. To help the remaining passengers of the first vehicle, press 4. Press 1 or 4 now.
Honestly, number 1 sounds a bit gruesome, to be honest. Let's go 4.
Okay, number 4.
The body of Ed Regis was out of sight from the other guests, but it wasn't out of sight from a group of scavengers. The company.
Yo, this is weird.
Regis's flesh.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to this thing.
Grant pulled Malcolm and Muldoon from the first tour vehicle. Muldoon luckily had no injuries. Malcolm, on the other hand, had a broken leg.
Will someone remind me to, thank John for the broken leg? Looks like the cavalry is coming to our rescue.
Just then, 2 jeeps drive up to aid the guests. From the first jeep, Janice Kelly, the new assistant park warden, exits to help Malcolm.
What happened here? Was everyone okay?
Well, if you call one dead guy and a broken leg okay, then, yeah.
Look, Dr. Malcolm, we need to stay still. We're badly injured. Now is not the time for jokes. I'll prepare you for transport and make sure you're back up and running in no time.
While Kelly tends to Malcolm's wounds, the children of the group, Lex and Tim, pass the time by throwing the baseball she brought to the island with her. Tim throws the ball back to Lex, but misses the target. The ball rolls down the hill into the jungle.
Clemmy!
To follow Lex and Tim's hunt for the baseball, press 2. To stay with Kelly and Malcolm, press 3. Press 2 or 3 now.
2. Let's see where the kids go.
All right, pressing number 2.
Out of the second jeep hops Jerry Harding, the island veterinarian. Noticing the kids running down the hill, he chases after them.
Kids! Don't run off into the jungle. Come back.
Harding stumbles upon the baseball, but doesn't see Lex or Tim anywhere.
What? Where did you go? We have to get back to the jeeps.
We move silently through the jungle, knowing it isn't safe to be out here alone. Jerry noticed a black shadow streak across the jungle. It was unlike anything he had seen before. Very ghost-like. A strange silence comes over the jungle as Jerry begins to hear a rumble.
We have to get back to the jeeps. There can't be any big dinosaurs in this paddock. The electric fences should keep this section safe, I think. Kids! Please come back. We have to leave now.
Lex and Tim were nowhere to be found. Did they head back to the jeep? Are they still out in the jungle? Just then, a lumbering beast burst through the trees, making its way straight towards Harding.
Ah!
A Tyrannosaurus Rex tracks down Jerry Harding as he runs away. It steps on the baseball left by Lex and Tim, lowers its head, and bites Harding completely in half. The beast shakes the human back and forth, before letting it fall to the ground. To return to the group at the vehicles, press 1. To witness suspicious activity on the north end of the island, press 4. Press 1 or 4 now.
Wow, 4, I guess?
I am coming for you, Aaron. For the dock and Barren
Dude, I'm
Forest.
so sorry. I don't know what's going on with this thing.
No worries, dude. You know, to be honest, it is kind of creeping me out, but that's okay. Like I said, I'm just gonna sprint across my basement before I gotta go upstairs.
Yeah, I don't remember any of this.
Yeah, it's kind of brutal.
It's super weird. It's kind of like for kids. It's kind of gruesome.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Let me see if option 4 still works. Let me take a look.
On the north end of the island, Dennis Nedry and Louis Dodgson planned their escape and sabotage of the island. Nedry, a computer programmer at Jurassic Park, worked closely with Louis Dodgson to steal embryos and remove them from the island. What Nedry didn't know was Dodgson had more plans in motion.
Okay, I've got all the embryos. Do you have the money?
Of course. It's on the chopper that's headed to the island as we speak. Look. There.
Yes. I can't wait to watch this park fill and spend all my money on a beach resort in Costa Rica.
You have no idea. My plan is in full swing.
Just then, the helicopter roared towards the open field, landing within feet from Nedry and Dodgson. The two ran up to the open door and pulled themselves in. Dennis needed a little help.
Thanks.
The helicopter pulled away and flew off into the sky, with the island fading fast behind them. Nedry noticed two fast-moving objects barreling towards the island.
Watson, what is that? Is that what you meant by your plan being in full swing?
I figured we need an insurance policy to go along with those embryos. It's time to make sure that we are the only ones with the product.
Two fighter jets blast past the helicopter towards the island. It's obvious that they were holding cargo. Dennis and Nedry saw that they were carrying bombs.
But you can't blow up the island.
Louis Dodgson considered his options. He can blow up the island, destroying everything on it, or he can spare the island and hope that life finds a way. Press 1 to destroy the island, including all the park guests, dinosaurs, and facilities. Or press 3 to call off the fighter
No, my
jets.
God! Press 3! Call off the jets!
Or 3
That other outcome is
now.
horrible!
Dude, seriously, this is messed up. God.
Louis Dodgson looked down at the walkie-talkie in his hand, considering his options.
Do it. Destroy everything.
What? No! I did not want that option! Oh,
Dude, I
God.
pressed 3, I swear. I pressed 3.
My
God, what did we
do?
do?
A screech from above swooped down and dislodged their helicopter. Alarms blared as the helicopter spun violently out of control, crashing into the ocean below. Isla Nublar erupted into a plume of smoke and fire as bombs destroyed everything on the island.
Well, I certainly know how to make up a terrifying story that was full of death and destruction. Is it a shame that you killed everyone on the island, including all of the dinosaurs? By the way, did you ever wonder why this story turned out this way? Let me show you.
Aaron? You there, dude? Yo. Aaron?
Hello, Dad. Vanuit Noord, Ritters niet raar, we nemen de help. Vanuit daar niet nu even, nou wil dat ooit niet. Was dat nou staan of weet niet, waar niet? Waar je mee, zo is dat, nou ben je